Hey guys, Justin here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing the Performance Ignition Coil Set available for your 2011 through 2016 EcoBoost F-150 at home. Now, you guys should consider picking up the Performance Coil Set here if you'd like to achieve a 15% hotter spark compared to your factory coils for the least amount of money possible. All right guys, so before we go any further with this video, I always like to point out that adding a set of aftermarket coils like the performance options that we have here today aren't going to yield any massive power gains by themselves. Now, if they happen to do so, well, that's probably because the coils you are replacing were malfunctioning, broken, just not allowing your EcoBoost to perform as it should. So just wanted to get that out of the way. Now, what these affordable performance coils will do is help smooth out your EcoBoost idle and revs, as long as you got a good set of plugs, of course, and help clear up any high RPM misfires, and even in some cases improve your fuel economy. Now, ultimately, again, that does depend on how bad a shape your existing coils were in. Now, all of this is going to be possible thanks to the hotter spark. Again, 15% increase in energy, according to the manufacturer here, when compared to your aging or perfectly fine factory coils. Now, the coils are going to be built to factory specifications, and they do include the same style coil wire connection along with the red bodies here that are sure to pop under the hood a bit more than your run-of-the-mill OE black options. Now, finally guys, definitely check out the customer reviews here on this one, because I know this isn't like a big brand name, so there might be some question marks as to how these actually perform. What better way than to hear from fellow EcoBoost customers? So again, check out those customer reviews. A lot of positive experience here with this particular option, and again, all at a very affordable price point. Hey, now on the topic of price, guys, I do want to point out that at the time I'm actually shooting this video, the Performance Ignition Coil Set that we have here today is currently one of your more affordable replacement options on the site that do offer some sort of performance benefit, coming in at right around that mid to high $200 price point. Again, certainly going to be a lot more affordable than going to your local Ford dealer and just buying an OE set of Motorcraft coils, or these things are probably about a fraction of the price of a set of MSD blasters. So again, if you're looking for a slight increase in performance over a factory coil in regards to energy or spark, these are going to be hard to beat for the price. But now let's shift gears and talk more about the install. And honestly guys, this one's gonna be pretty straightforward. So expect a pretty strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and site's gonna call this one an hour to complete from start to finish. The actual job itself, pretty straightforward. I would say the most difficult part of this job is getting up and into the engine bay of your F-150. But after that, simply 1 bolt holding each coil in place, remove that, swap out the stocker, and you're good to go. But now we're gonna throw things out to our boys out in the shop here. So check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
The tools you'll need for this project are a 1/4" drive ratchet and an 8mm socket. Hi everyone, today we're installing a set of coil packs on our F-150, so let's get started with the uninstall first. So the first thing we're going to have to do is remove our engine cover. And to do that, what we're going to have to do is remove our engine oil filler cap, and then we can just lift our cover right off the vehicle. So to remove our engine oil filler cap, all we're going to do is grab a hold of it, turn it counterclockwise until it unlocks, and lift it straight up. Once we've got it out of the way, we can go ahead and lift up on our cover and lift it out of the way. And then we'll just replace our filler cap just to make sure we don't drop anything down there. All right, to remove our coil pack, first thing we're going to do is push down on the red tab here to unlock the release lever. So you just push that towards the bottom, towards the engine. It releases, and then you can push down on the gray tab right in front of that and pull the electrical connector off. Once you've got that done, then you'll use an 8mm socket and loosen that up. And go ahead and remove that screw. And once you've got that out, just go ahead and grab a hold of the coil pack, pull it straight up, and remove it. Now that process can be repeated on the other 5 cylinders as well. The only exception to this will be that there is another electrical connection that must be disconnected in order to get out the rear cylinder coil pack on the driver's side. So let's show you how to do that, and then we'll go on. So here's the connector that has to be disconnected and moved out of the way in order to get that rear coil pack out. What you're going to do is reach underneath the bottom of this connector, push up on the release tab, and slide it out. Once you've got that out of the way, you can go ahead and use your 8mm socket and remove that coil pack. All right, now to install our new coil packs, it's just going to reverse the procedure that we used to uninstall. So we'll slide this down into position, making sure that our mounting tab here lines up with the hole in the top of the cylinder head. Slide that down into place. Make sure it seats all the way in. Go ahead and replace the original hardware. And then tighten it down with our 8mm socket. Once you've got it tight, go ahead and plug your connector back in. Push it in until it locks into place, and then push up on your red locking tab. Once you've got that done, you can repeat that process for the other 5. Now that you've got them all installed, don't forget to connect the additional connector above the rear cylinder on the driver's side, simply by pushing it in until it snaps into place. Now we can go ahead and replace our engine cover. Now to reinstall our engine cover, you'll notice at the back of the engine cover in the center here, we've got these 2 studs on the ends. These actually fit into a bracket on the top of the engine. So you want to make sure that these go in first, and then you can go ahead and set it down. And don't forget, you're going to have to remove your oil filler cap first before you put this in place. Now we'll place our engine cover in place, making sure that those 2 studs on the back fit into the bracket. Set it down into place. You may have to adjust it a little bit for the oil filler. Now we can replace our oil filler cap. And your installation is now complete. And that wraps up our review and install of the 6-piece performance ignition coil set for your 11 to 16 3.5 liter EcoBoost F-150. Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.